Hello guys, welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. So my friends, update here on Nike Incorporation, ticker is NKE, trading on the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, I want to talk about the actual price action here, if we are here in a bullish or bearish setup. Was this here the final dip in April 2025, or will we go even lower? I will give you a full chart analysis here on Nike, guys. Everything what I say here is not financial advice. This is my opinion based on the chart. Yo, guys, when we see the last 10 years here for Nike, then we are still in an uptrend. You can see that the all-time low, not the all-time low, but in this 10-year range period, yeah, was $45.35. We're trading here now at 69 US dollar. It's a very nice number. And you can see that we are, yeah, building here something like a potential, let's call it a knife, or that is a very sharp pattern here, and maybe that was the bottom here for Nike and we start to recover from there. However, guys, technically, if you are use trading one by one, we have here a potential trend line. I show you, of course, all my drawings in a second, but we could draw here something like a potential bullish support, which clearly has been broken here, and we can see that we're building lower lows. So even we had here the Corona pandemic shakeout, the price was 59 US dollar. We came lower than that with a gap down here. We have a gap down in the chart, but as I said before, we recovered from that. So maybe that was a fake out, guys. Maybe that was the final dip for Nike. And we see here now some higher prices for 2025 and 2026. Okay, then let's start here with the indicators first. So you can see here a lot of lines in the chart, guys. Green lines and orange lines. What does that mean? That Nike has a lot of down gaps here to fill. And this is very important, guys, because stocks are very responsive to open gaps. For Nike, we have here both directions. Yeah, we have open down gaps here, which marked by these orange lines, and also open up gaps, which marked by these green lines here, guys. So we are more or less in a 50-50 situation. And that's why we need to use here some chart techniques to measure where is a potential support. Why does that matter? Because when you see here these orange boxes that have been previous open up gaps, open gaps to the downside here for Nike. And every time when we filled here one of these gaps, you can see that Nike start to respond. Yeah, we filled here a gap. I'm zoom in, guys. You can see that. That's this is the basic trading, guys, but this is here. Yeah, we filled this gap, boom, a reaction. And this is what Nike always does. And the last significant gap close was indeed in April 2025. And since then, Nike had a very, very nice recovering process here. And in total, we recovered here by 53%, which is good for a stock with $102 billion market capital. What we also can see is, this is a very helpful tool. This is my RSI Ultimate indicator, where you get these kind of Powerball signals, guys. The Powerball signal is the strongest bullish signal which you can get in this indicator. So in combination here with the Gap Indicator Pro, where we know where the price targets are, and the Powerball signal, which confirms that the bull stepping in, that might help you here to spot some signals in the chart for any stock in the US market, guys. I have a couple of more indicators. I want to show you that really quick here for BYND, for example. This is just one example how I also trade my stocks, and I share this always with my Patreon community. We have here also a Powerball signal for BYND. Then BYND started to squeeze immediately here by more than 120%. But now we had a major squeeze, guys. And what is so special about that is that my Squeeze Calendar Pro indicator, this is this indicator here, already predicted a potential short squeeze here for BYND on October 17, guys. So this indicator tries to predict short squeeze or calculate potential short squeeze dates. And for BYND, the calculated date was October 17, guys. Yeah, that was already back here in October, beginning of October here. October 9 was already the day when the calculator, the Squeeze Calendar Pro, calculated this. So when I now press play on the chart, guys, I marked October 17 by this yellow line. Yeah, don't forget, Powerball indicator is super bullish, and we want to see a squeeze on that day. So let's press play and see what happened with BYND. And by the way, guys, yeah, the Gap Indicator Pro show the price levels here, the potential price goals. $7.15 is one of the open gaps for BYND. So we have again a Powerball signal, and I press play again. 17 is here, guys. The yellow line marks the squeeze date. Yeah, and what can I say? You can see the squeeze started exactly on that day. And as you maybe know, we closed also the gap here at $7.15, what the Gap Indicator Pro shows you. So you can see it is possible to predict short squeezes also when you have the right tools. It makes it more easy. BYND squeezed more than 1,400%. Sorry guys, but I just want to show you how this indicator works and how we can use them for Nike. The indicators are available here in the video description. So guys, we know that we have all these open down gaps and up gaps. So let's now see my chart drawings here. Nothing changed if you have seen my previous videos. And I said that already here by the end of August that we have now here a breakout attempt for Nike, but we're building here a bearish wedge pattern, guys. You can see my previous video here from August 22nd, where I exactly talk about this. We have here a breakout attempt, but we are still in a bearish wedge pattern, and I press play also here for Nike, guys, and then we see what happened here since my last video. Then we talk about the next price goals. Let's press play. Breakout attempt looks very good, guys. We come back in the wedge pattern. Then we have a gap down, guys. Gap down, yeah, this is a usual common thing what market makers do. Here is a support price level for Nike. We gap up again and coming down again. So yes, guys, and now we are back here in the green box. And this is where we are today, guys. So yeah, unfortunately, this breakout attempt failed. Yeah, the market makers created this gap down here for Nike. I told you before that open gaps should get filled. So we had here again this massive squeeze reaction. Close the open gap here, guys. Here, this, not yet. I'm sorry. Not yet. There's still an open gap at 77 US dollar. So there was an attempt to close that gap, but we failed. So, and this is where we are right now. When we now zoom out, yeah, when we now zoom out, and I switch off again the indicators to give you a clear picture, this is where we are right now, guys. Nike is still in an accumulation trend channel pattern, which is bearish here. That's a descending trend channel pattern. But usually, guys, at a certain price level, the volume comes in, and then we can see a breakout to the upside. And then here, when we just focus now on the gap indicator, we have open gaps at $77, $87, $93, $99, and you can even see 174 US dollar is a potential price goal for Nike based on the indicators here. But if we cannot break out of this trend channel pattern, Nike will stay bearish, guys. Yeah, it will stay bearish. But I think the main algo demand zone, the support zone, is between $65 and 49 US dollar. I mentioned that zone here months ago, guys, and we came down in April here, had this shakeout, and then this very nice 50% bounce. And you can see that we maybe start to build now here higher lows and yeah, have maybe a potential breakout. So what is your trigger now? How you can know, yeah, or you know, based on my charts here, how you can know that we are back in the bullish territory, guys? First of all, we need to leave this trend channel pattern here, which means Nike has to come above 74 US dollar. We have to stay above 74 US dollar first. Then you can see this blue trend line here. When I'm now zooming out, this is, in my opinion, the bullish support. This blue trend line here, what I mentioned in the beginning of the video, should be the bullish support. And we just retested that support in the Corona pandemic. And yes, that was also here in the green liquidity zone. Then we had our April 2025 shakeout, guys, again in the green liquidity zone. And now, when we just ignore this wedge pattern here, you can see that Nike tried to retest this blue trend line here 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And trading one by one is the 5th attempt, is usually the successful attempt. So when Nike goes back over 77 US dollar, yeah, 74 is already bullish, but 77 would be even more bullish. And if we stay above 77 US dollar, guys, that would be the confirmation that we are back in this very old 10-year-old bullish uptrend and that Nike can start to close all the open gaps here, guys. This is what the chart is telling us. I think it's still a very good price range here. When we talk about potential buy-in prices, this is of course not financial advice, but when the market starts to turn really bearish, guys, when the market starts to sell off, then of course we can see much lower prices for Nike. The next algo demand zone here is between 44 and 40 US dollar. This is where usually the big whales are buying. So keep that in mind. When we cannot break out of this trend channel pattern here, Nike could see again lower lows and we could come much lower. Also, when we focus here on all the open gaps, guys, there is a lot of downside potential for this stock. I'm bullish on Nike, guys. I'm bullish. I think that we will see here a recovering process for Nike. It's just a matter of time. When the market stays bullish, we have a good chance here Nike is bleeding out now here since a couple of years already, but I think there is a certain price level where we see at least a rebound reaction, a massive rebound reaction, and in my opinion, that should be somewhere between 65 and 40 US dollar based on the actual information which we have and based on the actual market phase. My friends, that was my update for you. If you don't want to miss any updates, then please hit the like and subscribe button right now. Don't forget to go in the video description. There's the link to my indicators. And if you want to join us on Patreon for short squeeze stocks, breakout stock predictions, guys, join us on Patreon. The links are available below. Thank you so much. I wish you great success and see you in the next video. Arigatou gozaimasu. Vielen Dank. Alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.